Here's just a couple, the last part here is we're kind of close on the last 10 minutes here, is just some of what I consider just to be some other helpful hints that go along with budgeting and managing your money as well. The 50-20-30 rule, if you've heard of this before, you put 50% towards your fixed expenses. Those would be the things like your mortgage, your rent, your utilities, insurance, food, living expenses, those kind of things. Try to put 20% into savings. Again, to cover your savings, goals that you have, your emergencies, those kind of things. And I really like the fact that most resources that are out there now are leaving a fun section. They're leaving an entertainment section. Life is to be enjoyed. And instead of feeling like you're going without all the time, I think budgeting really gives you kind of that empowerment to say, well, I planned for this. And this is something that I can do. And this is something I should do because life is going to be a whole lot more enjoyable if I have this. Couple other concepts I wanted to share with you. So what happens if you start putting this budget in place and you're realizing that you're still not catching up, or you still feel like you're kind of overwhelmed with maybe some debt that you've accumulated and those kind of things. Have you heard of the debt snowball before? Another Dave Ramsey concept, okay? What Dave Ramsey says is you take any bill that you have, credit card, loan, or whatever, and you list them all down on a piece of paper. And his idea is that what you're going to do is the very first one that you're going to go after is the smallest one first, the smallest debt that you have. And you're going to focus everything that you can on it. If that means making minimum payments to the rest of them, you're going to make minimum payments to the rest of them. You're going to pay this off. Once you've got that paid off, just the confidence, the emotion that puts on you, I accomplished this. Big attaboy, attagirl moment, right? And then you take that money that you've been spending there, and now you roll it into the next one, and you attack the next smallest one. And the next one, the next one, the next one. If you ever check out Dave Ramsey's website, he has people that have accomplished unbelievable things. They've had huge, huge amounts of debt. And they've used these approaches. And when they get done and they paid off their last debt and they're debt-free, he invites them to come on to his radio show. And he has them do a debt-free scream. And it is one of the coolest things ever. And you hear their stories, it's awesome. There's some people, though, that believe in something called the debt avalanche. Anybody heard of this one before? So the debt avalanche is, instead of worrying about your smallest bill, they say that you should be worrying first on
the highest interest rate.
Yeah, the highest interest rate. Because they say mathematically, it makes more sense to go after that one because it's going to save you in the long run in the interest. Okay? Which one is better? You're going to get a link to an article that compares the two of them. And honestly, I don't think that there is a right or wrong answer to it. I think it's what you feel most comfortable with. If you're a person that likes that feeling of accomplishment right away, I think the debt snowball is really your way to go. If you've got the math mind and you want to see that part taken care of first, I think the Avalanche works the best. The emergency fund, I already mentioned this earlier. I think, again, for everybody, no matter what your age is, your first goal is $500. Try to get $500 put away for yourself. Somewhere that it's there, you blow a tire, you got to take the car in the shop or whatever, you've got some money there that you can tap into so you don't have to put on a credit card or take out a loan or those types of things. Then just slowly try to build that up. I think that's some really good advice that people can follow. The envelope budget is another one. And for some people, they really, really like this. Instead of just writing things down, what they will do is they will either write checks or they'll take cash. And they'll label budgets for their different budget categories that they have. And so when they get their paycheck, the certain part or the certain amount that they need for that particular category goes into that one. And then when that bill becomes due, they go ahead and they take it out. Or if it's groceries, you go in there, you take what you need for groceries for that trip, and then you've got the money in there. So that's something that people really like as well. Just kind of a tangible thing. You can see it. You see your categories. You've got it in a desk somewhere. You got it somewhere that you can see it all the time. Then the short-term savings plans. This is no criticism on banks or anything like that, because I think banks are great places to put our money. We know that right now what we're earning in our savings accounts isn't going to be anything that's going to make us wealthy. It's not going to make us rich. And I don't think really that's the purpose behind it anyway. I think what's great about it is you've got it in a place, it's there, it is earning something, but it's safe and it's secure. instead of putting it in your desk drawer, instead of putting it under your mattress, instead of whatever, it's there. And when I talk about the short-term plans, one of the things I always like to talk about too is direct deposit. I know a lot of us don't have choice now with direct deposit anymore. It just automatically happens. But I still have some students, and before, when my mom was working, you know, she never ever wanted direct deposit because she wanted actually to come to the bank. She wanted to see the people in the drive-through or in the lobby and talk to them. But for students, I think it's great because I'll ask the students, when you're driving up to the drive-through and you've got your paycheck in your hand, you might have every single intention on doing the right thing with it, but when you get to the window, what do you normally say? Cash it, please, right? And so if you can do this, where you can actually set up your your plans, I'm gonna put money into my account because it's gonna go for this particular goal. I'm gonna direct some of my direct deposit to go directly into that account. I think it really makes a lot of sense, all right? And then of course the last question, where do credit cards fit in? I love Dave Ramsey's approach. I love where he says, cut them all up. You don't need them, you don't want to use them. I think in this day and age, I think that's just not necessarily a reality. If you've got a lot of money like he does, yeah, I think it's great. But I think when we go back to those questions that we asked ourselves earlier about, you know, this purchase that we're going to put on this credit card, is this something I really have to have right now? Is this really the right way that I want to pay for it? Is this the way that I can afford it? That really is what you want to do. Again, my goal, because I'm dealing with students who are going to be getting credit cards for the first time, the goal is just never put anything on there that you can't pay off in the month. And I think that really, it's maybe easier said than done, but I think if I pound it in their heads enough, maybe they'll get it, and maybe they'll stick to that one. All right? But bottom line is, when it comes to those credit cards, if you've got the debts on there, consider one of those methods, the Avalanche or the debt Snowball, to try to take care of those as best that you can. And then finally, these are some of the resources that you're going to have with the presentation. I think Lauren's got some of them on the sheet, or you're going to share this electronically with them as well?
Presentation.
Okay, perfect. So you're going to have, again, that video on the debt Snowball, and there's actually, this is from one of his blogs too, so there's some text that goes along with it. There's that article I told you about comparing the Snowball versus the Avalanche. Dave Ramsey, his big program that you saw, the Financial Peace University, he has what they call his 7 baby steps towards becoming debt-free. And that is something that it really is good. There's some great information in there. Not only is it good information, but he's very motivational. Just a really good guy to listen to. More about the envelope budget. The other game that I think that you guys really would enjoy, students love this. It's called Spent. And if you go to Next Gen Personal Finance and you scroll through there, it actually can go to this link, but they've got an interactive game and it's called Spent. And it's basically living paycheck to paycheck. And you click on it and you pick a job and you carry that job over the course of the month, and it's just really, really cool. So just to kind of give you an idea of what people go through. And then the last thing that I have on here is your quick guide to your emergency fund. Some more stuff from Dave Ramsey. Okay, so a lot of resources, a lot of things for you. I don't know if it was anything earth-shattering or anything like that, but I hope that this will at least maybe get you in that position now where you think, yeah, this is the kick I needed, this is the push I needed. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to start putting some of this stuff into play. Yeah, and one last thing I was thinking about the zero-base, because the question I get sometimes is, okay, so we set the zero-base budget up, but at the end I've got money left over. What do I do with it then? Savings, or attack the debt, whatever you need to. Yeah, do the happy dance. I'm not going to dance for you, so I won't show you what my happy dance looks like. But anyway, thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming in, and look forward to hopefully seeing you next time. All right.